I didn't sleep again that night. Instead, I sat on the floor with every light on, the envelope of printouts beside me, the flash drive still warm from my grip. Every time I blinked, the last message replayed in my mind. We can always find you. A threat. A promise. A test. I realized something then. If this was phase, exposure, then I wasn't just discovering the truth, I was meant to. The project had layers, and I had finally clawed through the first one. They had been pushing me from the moment I saw the clip, pushing me to discover, to panic, to investigate. But why? By morning, I had a plan. Not a good one, but a plan that tasted like survival. I packed a change of clothes, a burner phone, and the entire contents of the flash drive onto an SD card I taped under the insole of my shoe. The reporter texted me again. We need more. One confirmed source. One real witness. A witness. Someone inside. My mind went straight to the only person who fit that description. Ethan. If he was a field operative, he had answers. If he was trapped, he had motives. If he lied to me again, I would know. I went to his building at dusk. The hallway felt tighter than usual, like the walls were listening. His door was open an inch. Too quiet. Too inviting. Ethan? My voice echoed wrong, too loud, too thin. He was sitting on the couch, elbows on his knees, staring at a blank television screen. His jaw clenched when he saw me. You shouldn't be here, he said. They're escalating. Because of me? Because of everything. I stepped inside anyway. Tell me the truth. All of it. No more fragments. What is Project Mirror? He looked at the floor for a long, strained moment, the kind of silence that bends toward breaking. Then, they study individuality, he whispered. Not personality. Not behavior. Individuality itself. What makes someone someone? What makes specific people resistant to manipulation? Manipulation for what? For prediction. For control. For prevention, they claim. My stomach flipped. And Lena? His breath hitched. She was one of the few subjects who resisted too much. She rejected cues, refused scripts, made choices outside their models. They hate unpredictability. And you? I asked softly. He exhaled through his teeth. My role was to embed. Gain trust. Stabilize subjects. Keep them in the environment while the project learned from them. He looked at me then, really looked, and there was shame in it. But I didn't know what they did in Phase 3. They didn't tell us everything. Did you love her? I asked before I could stop myself. He blinked. Something shattered behind his eyes. I wasn't allowed to, he said. But I did. Silence stretched until it felt like a second skin. Where is she now? I asked. His voice cracked when he answered. I don't know. The apartment's lights flickered. Power cut. A hum in the walls. A clicking sound in the hallway, slow, deliberate, metallic. Ethan's head snapped up. Get behind me, he whispered. I froze. Is it? He's called the handler. Phase 3 enforcement. If he's here, it means they're cleaning up loose ends. A door down the hall closed. Another step. Another click. The sound of something dragging. My throat dried. We need to leave. We won't make it down the stairs, Ethan said, grabbing my wrist. There's another way. He led me into the bedroom, pushed aside a dresser, and revealed a maintenance panel I had never noticed. Behind it, a narrow service tunnel. We slipped inside moments before the apartment door burst open. The handler moved with unhurried confidence. Measured. Certain. He wasn't searching, he was collecting. Ethan held a finger to his lips and pointed upward. We climbed the metal ladder. Halfway up, my foot slipped and hit the rung with a clang. The handler paused. A long silence. Then, softly, below us. I can always find you. My blood ran cold. We emerged onto the roof, wind slapping our faces. Ethan looked pale, shaken. We can't outrun him forever, he said. They have checkpoints, cameras, watchers. They've mapped your life. They know where you run. Then what do? Ethan swallowed hard. We stopped running. For a moment I thought he meant surrendering. But then he slid a keycard out of his jacket. They assigned me a facility once. A satellite site. Off hours. Minimal staff. I never gave it back. He looked at me like he was asking permission to commit treason. You want to break into a Project Mirror facility, I said slowly. To find Lena, he said. To find proof, I added. To make it end, he finished. We were shaking for different reasons. We stole a car. We drove for hours into rural silence. By midnight, we reached a long, windowless building with floodlights and a security gate. Facility 7B. My heart hammered so loudly it felt like a signal beacon. We got inside. Empty corridors. The smell of antiseptic and electricity. Cold, humming machines. Doors with labels. Subject analysis. Embedding reports. Archive. Reconditioning. I walked like someone dreaming, afraid to wake up. Then I saw a door marked. Subject L, active file. My breath stuttered. This is her. Ethan swiped the keycard. The lock clicked. Inside, not a person. A desk. A computer. A single manila file. I opened it with trembling hands. Inside were records. Sessions. Profile analyses. Behavioral forecasts. Risk assessments. Then I reached a final page. Subject Lena, status. Transferred to upper facility. Supervising officer, Dr. E.S.M. LaRoche. Expected outcome. Variable/unresolved. My vision blurred. She's not dead. She's moved. Upper facility, Ethan whispered. That's Phase 4. What happens in Phase 4? He met my eyes. No one comes back. Before we could react, alarms blared. Lights flashed red. Doors sealed. Unauthorized access, the speakers boomed. Containment protocol activated. Ethan grabbed my shoulders. We need the hard evidence. The server room. We ran. My lungs burned. The handler's steps echoed somewhere behind us. We reached the server room, rows of humming machines. Data towers. Backup drives. Ethan shoved a USB stick into the main console. I can pull everything, he said. Every session, every file, every subject. Do it. As the files downloaded, lines of text streamed across the screen. Subject Lena, phase 4 testing. Subject Ethan, relational failure / flagged for removal. Subject mirror _ 013 active. I frowned. What's mirror _ 013? Ethan didn't answer. More text scrolled. Subject mirror _ 013, predictive model, 92% accuracy. Subject mirror _ 013, non-compliant behavior expected. Subject mirror _ 013, initiated 24 hours prior. The screen flashed a new line. Identity, mirror _ 013, your name. My breath collapsed out of me. Ethan's face drained of color. No, he whispered. The realization hit like a blade. They weren't just studying Lena, or Ethan, or the subjects in the videos. They were studying me. From the moment I saw the first clip, every action I took, running, hiding, questioning, investigating, was predicted, modeled, expected. Phase, exposure, I whispered. It wasn't a warning, Ethan realized. It was a stage. The final file finished downloading. The doors slammed open. The handler stepped into the room, the red lights reflecting off the metal in his hands. Ethan moved in front of me. You won't touch her, he said. The handler smiled, a slow, unnatural stretch. You misunderstand, he said. She is the study. His eyes met mine. And she is performing beautifully.